Everything. And this is what we not just here this morning, the fourth edition of Togo National Debate Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. My name is Lida Abragbati, and I'll be the chairperson for this morning. To give honor to whom honor is due. So this morning, we are really delighted to have in our midst special guests, great personalities. So to the director of the library, the university library, Dr. Prosper Begetu, the PAO of the United States Embassy, Mr. Mike Pryor, the former department of, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Modern Languages, Professor Esizawa Begetu, I think he has left. The former head of the Department of English, Dr. Bafana. The current head of the Department of English, Dr. Agbo, is not yet here. The CEO of Richmond Logos, Mr. Richmond Logosu. The CEO of Apoto, Mr. Apoto. We also have the representing manager of Adon Computers, Mr. Christian Azimagli. We have the CNDC coordinator, who is Mr. Abdul Latif, the president of American Corner. To you all, we say good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth edition of Togo National Debate Championship. You are not responding. Woo! In your eyes. Why is it like that? Please, can you do me a favor? I would like you to shake the hand of your neighbor, the one sitting beside you. Maybe you have the chance to shake the hand of the winner, you don't know. So just shake that person's hand well. Shake his hand. Tell him you are welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think we have already wasted some time, so we're going to start. So, with your permission, I would like to invite here on stage the master of the houses, the director of the University Library, Dr. Prosper Begetu, for the opening speech. Please put your hands together.
Dear director of, I don't know if he's a director, no, public affairs officer, all the representatives who are here. I don't want to mention all their names, the CEOs, the sponsors of this program, everybody, with due respect, I greet you. It is a great privilege and honor for me to be here to talk on behalf of the authorities of this university for allowing this event to take place here at the Université de Lomé. The president is informed, and he also let me know that I can come and speak on his behalf, and I can tell you that he's happy for this program that is happening here today, because it is a way of showing the dynamism that the University of Lomé is having these years, with the gathering of people coming from various universities and higher institutions in Togo. And we all his support for this event, and with the support of the library of the University of Lomé and all the American Corner, I would like to welcome you all here and tell you that you should take advantage of every single moment that you're going to spend throughout this week because this is just the opening ceremony. We're going to be here for the whole week, and I believe it's going to be a moment for our young debaters to express themselves, argue, and also give their opinions on the topics that have been selected. Without wasting much time, I would like to wish you all welcome and wish you a good program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He said we should enjoy every bit of moment we're going to spend here. So I hope you got the message. So right now I'm going to call on stage the PO of the United States Embassy, Mr. Mike Pryor, for his speech. Put your hands together.
Mr. the Director of the Library at the University, Madame the Representative of the Coordination, it's cool, huh? Cool. Cool, thank you very much for being here. The President of the American Corner Fan Club, English Language Fellow from University of Kara, English Language Advisor here at the American Corner of Lomé, participants, teachers, faculty at the university, representatives of many different university colleges and universities across Togo. Good morning. It's great for me to be here. I know you have been waiting a little bit already and you are anxious to begin the program, so I will keep my remarks brief. I want to first of all thank the President of the American Corner Fan Club, who has been the real driver of organizing this event. This is the 4th edition, and I have to say it looks bigger and better than any of the previous editions. So congratulations on your success. It really looks wonderful, doesn't it? Yeah. It looks great. So thank you for the hard work to put this together. And also thank you to the sponsors. I don't know if we have a representative of some of the sponsors here, but it's always good when the private sector contributes to events like this that are promoting quality education for young Togolese. So especially Richmond Logos and the other sponsors, thank you. This event is important and the U.S. Embassy is very proud to be a supporter. Why? Because it combines two things that are very important for us: English and debate. So we have a competition of debating in English. Now, why is that something the U.S. Embassy cares about? Let's begin with debate. Okay, human beings were called Homo sapiens. That means thinking man. So thinking is what separates us from everything else. Thinking is what has allowed the human race to flourish the way that it has. And the purest expression of thinking is really debating. It's taking an idea and looking at it from both sides. And there's an American journalist and political scientist called Charles Krauthammer, who once said that to pursue the truth through rational argument and debate is the noblest undertaking of man. So when you're debating, you're pursuing the truth, you're trying to get at the answer to something. You're looking at one side, you're looking at the other side, and you're hoping to come to a conclusion. That's the best thing that you can do, and that's what we need more and more of in this world that we live in that is so complex. The solutions to the problems are not easy to find, and the only way that we're going to find them is through debating and taking on both sides of an issue and winning the argument. So that's why debate is important. English, obviously, is important because in Togo, we have to be connected to our neighbors, we have to be connected to the rest of the world in order to have prosperity, and that depends on being able to speak English. We can't only be speaking French. English is the global language, the language of trade and of commerce and of innovation and technology. And so if you're speaking English, you can communicate with the rest of the world. So you, young people out there, if you're going to be the change makers that Togo needs to become a prosperous, safe, and secure country in the future, you need to be able to debate and you need to be able to speak English. So what better way to promote those values than to have a debate competition in English? So that's why this is a very, very important event. I'll stop right there. I want to wish all of you great success during the days to come through this competition. I know that eventually there will be a winning team, but I promise you, all of you are winners because you're all learning the importance of debating and you're practicing speaking English. So congratulations and have a great competition.
For those who are just arriving, we are the opening ceremony of the 4th edition of the Togo National Debate Championship. This great rendezvous of African leaders, young energetic leaders coming here to build the Africa we want with words, ideas, and also solutions. So this was the PO of the United States Embassy for his speech. I will not be here alone this morning. I will be with Noah and Imaka. So I will give him the stage. He has something for you. Please show some love.
Thank you very much. I think we should continue. We will call on the representative of the director of ITSLA as International School of Language, International Business School, Mr. Kakabe, if he's here, with a warm round of applause. Let's welcome him.
Hello everyone. Good morning once again. It is my greatest pleasure that I represent the General Manager of ISLA. I wish sincerely to be here, but due to the timetable, it's unavailable to be here and I have been asked to come and present him. Once again, I would like to say a very big congratulations to the committee that is piloting this 4th edition of the TNDC. I've seen they've done a very great job because personally I was here last year and I've seen changes to all the participants. There's nothing that is lost in the sky, there's nothing lost in the air. There's a beginning that you're seeing that you can't estimate what the future holds for what you are doing today. You're trying to prepare yourself for the battle that are waiting tomorrow. So I would like you to clap for all the participants once again. As my precedents have said, more especially the public representative of the United States Embassy has said, English has been a global language which has been an asset that we cannot go long without. When we talk about technological innovation, we talk about medicinal innovation, we talk about commerce, we talk about finance. In every aspect of humanities, English has become a password that we cannot go beyond that. So holding a debate in English language in a francophone country, I think it is a proof that we're trying to reach the standards, preparing ourselves for higher levels. So for this thing, I'm very grateful to all the participants that are here today. English language is not our language. We are francophones. But the fact that we're giving much in, we put in effort to learn English and even go beyond that to become debaters in English language is a very furthermore aspect of our life. God bless us once again. There's a saying that goes that practice makes man perfect. You might think that you speak English, that you get English language, but when you never be confronted to speak language, you will not know. So once that you keep practicing every day, you keep trying to debate yourselves, there might be errors that you correct with time, and as time goes on, you become the master of the language. And I would not like to have the floor all for me. I would like to wish all the participants a successful debate and let the best win. For our sponsorship this year, we want to give a sponsorship package to the winners of these debates. The winners of these debates this year are going home with a 6-month 100% scholarship English Studies at Islam. Just to encourage you for the English language, because we assume that the English language is not a nutshell, it's something very broad. So we give you the opportunity to extend your limits in the English language. But when you come to Islam, you are not going to study only English language, but rather we introduce you to other management courses in the particular domain that you find yourself. In other words, there are some gadgets that probably will be waiting for all the participants. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Akabe. So they are doing a great work. We also thank you for your sponsorship. Thank you very much. We are having a performance right now to entertain ourselves. He's in the room. He's called Morel. Peace Morel. Peace is the home I belong to. Where is he?
When will the sacred gun sound to gather the sons and daughters of this home? And when will you brethren crash in the streets to proclaim the so long for liberty? When will the heart of one nation beat according to the creed we sing to hail its forefathers, Lord, brothers and sisters? 2.5 years ago, this nation undergo the threat of being sold to people who ignore its value and neglect its significance. I mean, what it symbolizes for us. 2.5 years ago, this nation has not yet built some true citizens to pride its name. The siblings of the North are weeping because they have been beaten by the siblings of the South, and the siblings of the South are running away because they are run out by the siblings of the North. The sun of the West rises not on the dawn of the East, because the dawn of the East pressures not the morning of the West. How long shall we walk on for the darkness? We deceive ourselves at the eve of our birth, and that is able to make a step forward. We are individually fighting, and in one selfish manner, something to fight together. Rulers have failed, because it is not their vocation to rule. Debates have failed, because they are done to show witty eloquence and not to solve a problem. Those are here. Because they are here just for having them, just because that's the modern man. The work that we done has not yet started because we've never been on a mission, brothers and sisters. Whatever you do, do it with a sense of accomplishing mission and duty. Only then will you answer to the call this nation makes to its children. The time has come to shape through work with dedication, praise, and truth the misplaced foundations deeper into the core of this nation, to shape without arms, to shape without bloodshed, to shape in a sense of turmoil and uniqueness. Brothers and sisters, the day is coming, and I hope you're part of it, when the place of independence will light its power without being lit and tremble to the battle brave of peace and freedom, and tremble to the overwhelming and quivering favor of restorative change. That day won't be a day that ends in 24 hours. That day will be the turning point for a new life for this whole nation and its whole generation. That light will instill in each heart the model of patriotism. And when there is patriotism, there is love, there is beauty, there is pride of belonging to a place, there is the strength to hold each other's hands and work all together. The day is coming when the legend of this country will be seen by that light. The day is coming When that light will be seen with a marvelous amazement. That day won't be a day that ends in 24 hours. That day will be the turning point for a new life, for this whole generation. Prophetic voice from a patriot from beyond the river. Humbly spoken word. I am spoken word.
Thank you very much. Please, he deserves more than that. He deserves more than that. Thank you very much. We'd like to have some words from our sponsors, the CEO of Richmond Logos. Unfortunately, he is not yet here, right? Okay, so we'll have the presence of, we have a representative from Pool, Madame Basu. Please, we'd like to call you here for some words. Please, put your hands together.
Merci. Je ferai l'exception de parler en français. Puisque nous sommes dans un pays francophone. Alors, bonjour tout le monde. Je salue les autorités dont je ne saurais les citer. Alors, avec tout le respect que je vous dois, alors mes salutations à vous. Je représente le directeur de cours avec l'Université de Lomé et nous tenons à vous féliciter d'abord pour l'initiative dont vous êtes à la 4e édition et nous souhaitons beaucoup de succès et nous disons aussi bon vent à cette initiative. Je vous remercie.
Ovation là, s'il vous plaît. Ovation là. Thank you very much. We have lots of talents. We have so many young people who can entertain us in different ways. So apart from our guy coming from Peace Home, we also have a group, a drama group. They are just behind there. So if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to welcome the drama group on stage for their performance.
And I'm very tired. I don't have anything to eat. Okay. I'll sit down a little bit. Maybe I'll have something to put under the tea. It's like something nice morning. So with this I will buy curry and peanuts. It can do the thing. Maybe after this thing.
Debate. My God. This is debate, the 4th edition. Last year was 10th edition. I won it. This year, I won't miss for this year's. So I'll go and see. The way I prepare myself, I will win. I'm sure. May God follow me. I am sure that I will win.
Hey, foolish guy! Hey! Where are you going now?
Are you calling me?
Where are you going?
My friend, how are you? There's no time against you.
I'm hungry. And I'm asking where are you going and you say,
So you don't know that today is the debate. at American corner.
And so what?
I'm inviting you, so you will follow me.
You are inviting me.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go.
Look at your face. Unbelievable. Dubious. Crude. You see your head? Nothing inside. So you are with these guys, those people, I don't know, they don't have anything in their heads.
Are you okay?
At this time,
Are you okay?
no food.
Don't know in debate you have sociology, even philosophy, and everything. You see, you are telling that you are hungry. Yes, because even politicians, you are going to oblige politicians to feed us. You don't know.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Are you sure of what you say?
See my bag. I have knowledge inside.
You have what
My
inside?
bag is full of knowledge.
Knowledge.
My shoes. You see,
So that's why.
my pocket are full also. You see my hair. You see my school. Full, my brain full of knowledge. Even my hair also are full of knowledge.
Ah.
So I am going to win today.
Wait, let me tell you.
So I'm late. See. The time is passing, so I'm going.
Hey man, wait! What are you laughing at?
Yes, I'm hurrying. I'm very hurried. So,
Those guys
you
there,
see,
they don't have anything. They are there wasting their time.
are you sure that
Every day they come here.
Yes.
But doing something I don't know.
So you are not aware that I won last year. Yes, I am.
You were the winner.
Yes.
The winner last year.
Yes. If you want, I can show you my this person and other things that the different universities or sponsorships.
Yes.
Offers me.
So you want to win that?
Anyway, I am very late. So
You want to say
I'll show you
that
this.
you were the winner last year?
Yes.
Hey! Even the thing is good like this time.
See my cash fee. See my key. See my key. Yes.
So you want motorbike?
Yes.
Ah! Wait, man.
Yes.
Let me go home. I'll get my paper. That paper that I took from that man.
I have all here. I can help you.
I'll get something on it and I'll win.
Okay.
This year,
I'm waiting for you.
It's my turn.
I'm waiting for you. So go and come back.
Let's go now.
I'm waiting for you.
You won't be the winner. It's my turn.
So as the said student from the Department of English, right now I will invite on stage the coordinator of Togo National Debate Championship. He is the current president of American Corner Fan Club. So I would like you to make a lot of noise for him. Mr. Abdul Latif Wali on stage.
Mr. the Director of the Library, Mr. the PAO of the U.S. Embassy, Madam the Representative of School, Mr. the Representative of the School Islam, all the sponsors and their representatives, ladies and gentlemen, all participants, good morning. I'm very honored this morning because, since we started the first edition till today, from edition to edition is always better. And these editions has been better than the other editions, which shows the progress in what we're doing. And that cannot be well done without the support of the U.S. Embassy, the university, the director of the university, all the English language fellows from the two American corners. So I am going to ask you to have a very big round of applause for them. It hasn't been very easy, but we are still continuing, and I hope our beginning is the sky. The aim of this championship, you know that, is the promotion of the English language, the promotion of freedom of speech, promotion of democracy, the promotion of opinions, free point of views, the promotion of non-violence. Because we had time during our socio-political crisis, for example, people had the time to go to strike or to manifest their dissatisfaction through violence. So this is why this platform is opened, is to allow you, future leaders of this country, not to use violence to manifest your dissatisfaction. This platform is opened for you to come and speak whatever you have, for you to come and say, or for you to come and manifest any dissatisfaction that you have, so that this will go viral and no one is going to take it as negative. This is why this platform is opened. And this is why the US Embassy has seen it very important, because the US Embassy has been promoting non-violence. So that's why the US Embassy saw it very important to promote this with us. The objective of this, I said it last year, now we have our international competitions, the Pan-African University Debate Championships, the World University Debate Championships. And last year, I promised that the winning team, or the winners of last year's competition, will be participating to the Pan-African University Debate Championships. It happened that they didn't participate for some reasons, because it was in Tanzania and the transport fee alone is very tough. It was very high, that's why they didn't participate. This year, the Pan-African University Debate Championships 2019 is going to be organized in Ghana, in Kumasi, that's Akofena 2019. So since 2016, Togo has never participated to the Pan-African University Debate Championships again. So that's why we found it very important. It falls on us to help you make all our best to send you to the Pan-African University Debate Championships this year. And this is a promise. That's why in the course of this week, you are going to welcome the convener of the Pan-African University Debate Council. You're going to welcome the president of the World University Debate Championship this year in TNDC 2019 for the first time. It's very difficult to have access to the president of the World University Debate Championships, but our negotiations have been very high to the extent we touch these people. Why? Because the new president of the World University Debate Council is an African, more importantly, a Ghanaian, a friend of mine. And he is the first African president of this council. He's the first black president of this council. So that's why I'm very happy that the first competition, or the first initiative that he is supporting is Togo National Debate Championships. And he and I will promise that this year we're going to send 6 debaters to the Pan-African University Debate Championships, 100% scholarship from the Akofena 2019 team. That's why he will be coming here, and I'm sure you're going to see him. He will even speak here during the final, and assure you that yes, this year we're going to send 6 people to the Akofena 2019. As for the World University Debate Championships, we negotiated, and we ended up on something. We have free participation fee, free lodging, free food. We have, but at the level of transport fee, we had 50% scholarship. So it means this year's World University Debate Championship is going to be organized in Thailand. So the organizing team is going to afford 50% of our transport fee and all our participation fees and everything. So what we have to do is to afford the rest of the 50%. And that's why the president of the World University Debate Council will be here, and I assure you that promise too. And this is a call to all our leaders, to all our representatives, to the embassy, to the university authorities, to help young people from these universities, from Université de Cara, from Université de Lomé and other private universities, or any kind of team over here to participate to the World University Debate Championship 2019. I know it's very tough, but it will be the first time that a French-speaking country will be participating to the World University Debate Championships. This is a very great deal. It's going to be a very good name for us. Now, what we are aiming is to organize in next 2 years the Francophone University Debate Championships. And we said that yesterday in our conference, and we assure you that in these 2 years, we are going to organize that. The 2 first editions will be organized in this country, in Togo. So that's why I'm going to pass by to have a very good welcome again from our people coming from Burkina Faso and from Kara. Thank you once again. Once again, thank you and enjoy your time. Bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Latif, for this speech. Please, I'm going to call once again the director of the library. He's now going to represent the Dean of the Faculty of Art and Modern Languages. Please, I would like you to warmly welcome him on stage.
Thank you very much. Actually, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Modern Languages was here, but he has been called for some duties, and he was obliged to leave before this time. And before leaving, he charged me to speak for him on his behalf and to extend, to tell you what he has for you. Dear Mr. POA of the American Embassy in Togo, dear sponsors from all the sectors of activities, dear representative of COOL, and all the supporters of this event, the fellows, advisors, debaters, friends, and everybody. So it is a great privilege for me to see you once again in our university, Université de Lomé, for the 4th edition of this debate. I would first of all like to thank everybody who has in a way or the other contributed in the organization of this event and to the success of this event. And it is also the privilege to express our gratitude to the American Embassy in Togo for this collaboration that we've been having for many years now, and for their support in the organization of this event. They have been very supportive, especially when it comes to the promotion of the English language in our university. And as the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Modern Languages, I can confirm that the promotion of the English, of the learning of the English language in our university is very high when we consider the number of students who register in the English department, and when we consider the number of activities that are being organized for the promotion of the English language in our country and in our university. I can confirm that we're making progress, and this debate championship that comes is another way to promote this the learning of the English language. So it is a great privilege for me to be here and to witness this event. I would like to congratulate all the debaters for this courage that they have taken to take part in this championship. It has never been easy, but we believe that at the end, everybody is going to go away with many things that they will learn. Before ending, I would like to express my wish, saying that I would love to see that everybody who has taken part in this championship, in this debate, whether as a debater or as a participant, a friend of debater to supporters, everybody will go away, will go home with something that they have learned when it comes to the language, or as far as the language is concerned, and also as far as new ideas and ideologies are concerned, and hoping that the Togo National Debate Championship will meet the expectations of everyone. When I'm talking about everyone, the organizers, the sponsors, the debaters, the supporters. Our hope is that everybody will have his hope met when we are at the end of these debate championships. So with this hope in mind, and with the support of each person, I declare the 4th edition of Togo National Debate Championship open. Thank you.
So that was the director of the library representing the team of the faculty. He has just launched the 4th edition of the Togo National Debate Championship. So we are slowly driving toward the end of this morning's activity. We will now have a main team which will be debating on a main motion. So right now I'm going to call again the coordinator of the TNDC, Mr. Abdul Wali, to come and give us the main motion. The two debaters, I hope they already know themselves, so they'll be getting prepared. Please welcome on stage Mr. Abdul Wali.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll go to the master motion. And can we have 2 chairs over here? 2. Or if we don't, just leave it. We're going to have 2 people that are going to debate. This is a master motion. This is there is a little difference between the simple motions and master motions, and it's to be done in front of all the participants here, because you know some of the rules have changed. And last year we were doing the British Parliament format in the past editions. So this year we changed the format to the Pan-African Parliament format to make everything more easier and no more do the British Parliament format. So we have 2 people. We are going to have Ali Maka Kokunoa and Howard Johnson from University of Ghana. Can you join me on stage? Yeah, Howard Johnson is going to debate the for, the pros, and Ali Maka Kokunoa is going to debate the cons, meaning the against. The motion is: gun control law infringe upon the right of self-defense and deny people sense of safety. Gun control law infringe upon the right to self-defense and deny people sense of safety. So, without wasting time, ladies and gentlemen, with a very big round of applause, let's welcome Howard Johnson on stage.
All right, how is everyone doing today? Okay, I think we are starting the time limit. So before I like to mention the Second Amendment to my fellow counterpart here, what does the Second Amendment say? I'll put it in short. It says we all as human beings have the right to bear arms. And that, you know what, is an individual right that we all have. I would also like to make it clear what it means to be a person who acts in self-defense. As defined by Merriam-Webster, self-defense is when a person believes that they are in imminent danger. I repeat myself, they are in imminent danger of harm, and the force that they act on, the force that they put on to the other person is reasonably necessary. It is also important to point out that the person who is in danger retreats. That person tries to avoid the situation at all costs, and then that person reacts. I like to argue that I stand here today, and I stand with, yes, gun control does infringe on the right to self-defense, because First of all, the government that we live under, they are not bound to protect individual citizens. And they are not bound to protect me as a person. And therefore, we have the inherited right to self-defend ourselves in any way that we deem necessary. And I stand here to say that gun laws do prevent us from protecting ourselves. In American legal theory, there is no duty owed by the government that says that they need to protect us as particular individuals. And to protect us from any particular individual that is pushing to inflict harm, to cause pain upon us. You know what? Because of that lack of clarity, me, Howard Johnson, as a citizen, I am defenseless against persons I am defenseless against perpetrators of violent crimes. And I'm going to tell you a story a little bit later, but first I'd like to mention this as well. The government makes it extremely difficult for people who cannot physically defend themselves. We must protect the people who are most vulnerable, the people who cannot defend themselves. A little anecdote for you all. My grandmother, who is 73 years old right now, she is wheelchair bound. And just recently last year, she tried to escape a crime, but unfortunately she was attacked and she was sent to the hospital because she could not protect herself. And you know what now? She owns a gun. She owns this peacemaker. This little peacemaker that looks like an L that you hold in your right hand. And you know what? She can now go out onto the street and she can protect herself, because you know what? Laws are not set up to protect people like her. And for the government to make it stricter for persons who are not able to defend themselves physically, they need to be able to have something, have that L-shaped steel pistol in their hand in order to protect themselves. And she is a person that needs it, because once again, I like to repeat, she is physically unable. She is the most vulnerable of our citizens, of the people that we live around, who cannot protect themselves. And it is very important that these gun laws that the government is trying to put on to our people, they do not speak for people like my grandmother, who once again is wheelchair bound and a 73-year-old God-loving, God-informing woman. I love her dear to my heart. And it is important for us to remember that when these gun laws are being enacted, they do infringe on our self-defense rights, because I am a strong believer, and I will always say that we do not need to have these gun control laws, because we have the right to bear arms, not only as our Second Amendment right, but it is our inherent duty to defend ourselves against violent crimes. Thank you.
Animaka Kokunoa, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. On 15 March 2009 in Christchurch Mosque in Australia, in New Zealand, a 28 years old Australian who deemed himself a white supremacist, an all-right wing party, took a gun, went into the mosque and killed over 50 people who were shot in cold blood. In 1999, in Columbine High School, a 12th grade student took a gun, shot about 12 students, including his teacher. In 2007, in Virginia Tech University, a guy of 14 years old took a gun and shot over 49 people on campus, killing 32 people and 2 wounded. And you know what? After that, he shot himself. He died. This is the kind of society we want to live, where we are free, where anybody can come in from that door and shoot us. I would like to debate on this motion going against it, saying that gun control law infringes upon the right to self-defense and deny people a sense of safety. My debate will go this way. We're based on 3 parameters, and I'll be taking the United States as a case study. I'll talk about the fallacies, I'll talk about the evil, and I'll talk about the solution. My opponent comes here and he talks about this whole issue of gun control and the Second Amendment, which says that it's lawful for a citizen, for an individual to have the right to possess a gun so that he or she can protect themselves. But let me tell you, this is rather a fallacy, because this whole issue of self-protection can be even analyzed. Because the more we have the guns, the more we are less protected. The more we have the guns, the more you are afraid to go out. The more the guns are there, the more you are afraid to die by some lunatic or psychopath who can come from nowhere and shoot you. I will tell you that, taking the United States as a case study, this whole death caused by firearm guns have reached 21,175 suicide, 11,208 homicide, and 505 deaths due to accidental or negligent discharge of firearm. Can you even imagine? People die, when they are trying to discharge a firearm or through negligence, and 281 deaths due to firearm. When we take homicide, a person who might not be in accordance with a point of view with you, or a person who is arguing with his friend, his brother, his sister, might decide to take a gun and blow your head because he's not in accordance with what you're saying. This is the kind of society we want. Studies have shown that a majority of individuals in the US, especially the veterans, kill themselves, they commit suicide through guns. So imagine we have less guns. Imagine guns are controlled. Do you think this whole killing will continue? I'll continue by saying that the US has way more guns deaths than other developed nations, and it has far higher level of gun ownership than any country in the world. The US has nearly 6 times the gun homicide rate of Canada, more than 7 times that of Sweden, and nearly 16 times that of Germany, according to the United Nations data for 2017 compiled by Guardians. I also want to tell you that we have another aspect, which is mass shooting, which I've just gave an example right now. America does see a lot of horrific events. According to CNN, which is an American cable news, the US makes up less than 5% of the world's population, but holds 31% of global mass shooters. From 2007 through May 2018, there have been 61 mass shooting, 5.4 per year. This is the kind of society we want. So I think it's better we control the guns. I think it's better we bring in another amendment so that we can have a wonderful society. Thank you very much.
Clap for them again. Good. So it's not my results. Okay. So this is just an example. Okay, for you to see what you're going to be doing or what you're going to be facing. So both of them are part of the members of jury. This is an opportunity for me to present directly the members of jury. Here you have at my right level Ali Makakokuno. Can you please wave? Okay, he's the president of the members of jury. Good. We have Howard Johnson, member of jury. We have Michael Berino, that's also part of the jury. Please can you wave, Michael? Yeah. Yeah. We have Farida. Good. Do we have Yao? Okay. Good. And we have the two guests that are coming are going also to be part of the members of jury. We have also Daniel. Okay, can you? Yeah, members of jury. Good. So the two guests are going to be part of the members of jury the final day, that's Friday, 2 p.m. Thank you so much. That's my time. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Let's clap once again for the demonstration. Thank you. So we are almost at the end of the program. Right now, we'd like you to go outside for the pictures, and we have some refreshment for the officials. Sorry, the refreshment is only for the officials. For us, the break is at 12:30. Yes, thank you very much. So,
okay, for the pictures, we are humbly telling the officials to come up here for the pictures with the organizing team. And after we go back to the red carpet that's behind there for another pictures. Thank you so much. The official first. All the officials.